Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Taurus. If Taurus is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, and let's see what these tea leaves have to say tonight. And so our card is the Six of Cups, which has everything to do with pleasure. Not too shabby, Taurus. Not too shabby. Oh, wow. Okay, so immediately I see we have this really beautiful image of it looks like either I would say it's a bear. Okay, we have a large bear, and you can see its head and its mouth, and it is eating a fish. I mean, it seems so apparent to me looking at this. It looks just like a fish. It looks just like a bear. I thought maybe this is a wolf, but I think it's the bear. The bear and the salmon, they kind of go together, don't they, in your mind? You can just imagine a big bear out in that river catching the fish as they jump, right? So, speaking of big bears, here comes Pudgy. Hello, Pudgy. And so immediately we have this beautiful, this powerful, this, oh, you're so big, buddy. Okay, you got to get going. I can't hold you tonight. I'm sorry. Go on now. All right. Go on, my little baby. I just can't do it tonight. All the hair and stuff, my voice is all half there. So we have this large animal, okay, feasting upon this abundant salmon, bass, whatever. Maybe it's a rainbow trout. But I imagine the salmon, when the salmon start to run up the river to go and spawn, there are just so many of them. And you can imagine the bear just going quite in a state of pleasure, right? Eating until it is about to burst. So there is a sense of great abundance here. There is a sense of power. There is this beautiful creature, a king of the forest, a queen of the forest. And, I look at this and I think, Pudgy, not with your tail, please. You're knocking stuff. He just looks at me. What about it? So I can really see that you are in a place of power, really coming into a sense of the work that you've been doing is paying off. And I think that this is definitely monetarily. Okay, these are real resources. This is in the physical realm. Now, if you look right here, okay, we also have, and it looks like the crown of Hathor. Okay, so this is, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up. But it is the two cow horns, okay, almost kind of in a crescent, I would say, and in the middle is the sun, the solar disk, okay, and we know Hathor is the consort of Horus, okay, the god of the sky, the sun, okay, and Hathor is the queen of fertility, beauty, dance, music. Some things say like enchantment or, the beauty it takes for a goddess, a divine feminine consciousness to rule, to be in that active middle. We have the 3 places of the goddess, right? In that middle position, right? At her prime, some might say. Although I say, the prime maybe is when you're a little bit older. You get into those years where you really know something. You know enough to walk away from being the leader. But we do. We have this real sense of beauty, power. This goes along with that bear, with that wild beast, catching its prey, catching its fish, catching its dinner, being full, being happy. And when I look at this, I think that, yes, you have money coming in. You are doing whatever the work is. If this is in your career, if this is a side project, hustle, grind, whatever you want to call it, a business you have started, it is going to start paying off if it hasn't already. And I think that with this money coming in, okay, this will lead to less stress, at least in that zone, right? In those financial, domestic, work places, the things that we think about, bills, mortgage, rent, whatever, food, gas for the car, whatever, all the things. I mean, it's just endless. There's so many things. So many things. Every time you walk outside, it costs money, right? So, I feel that there is a little bit of a reprieve from this heavy stress. Okay. And, in the ease of the stress, I can understand why we have this pleasure card, Taurus. I can see, you are really making the most of this time when you are able to kind of breathe a little bit. Okay. And this turns into a large fish again. Okay. So, I really do think there's a sense of a big catch coming in. Now, is this going to just fall into your lap, or is there work that needs to be put in? Yeah, definitely. This is not winning the lottery. And, I don't think you will ever hear me talking about you winning the lottery on any of these readings. I never see those kinds of things. But what I do see is where the universe aligns in such a way that if you are doing the work, if you are putting yourself in the place to receive abundance, to receive the blessings that you want and need, then yes, they will come, right? And I know that's not a fun answer, but that's the reality of things. Okay. So we also have a ship. And we have, again, and, there was a series of readings, I would say about 4 months ago, where we had the same ships. They are the Spanish, and I don't remember what they're called, but the way that they're built, you've seen them. They are a warring ship. They are a ship that is built to maneuver easily, and they're kind of like used for ramming and this kind of thing. And I always forget what they're called. I know some of you are kind enough to tell me what they are. And if you do know, put it in the comments, okay? And you know them from it's just this shape where it's, the back is a little bigger and then the front goes way up. They're very beautiful ships. And so anyways, whenever I see this particular ship, now usually we see boats, and I say, there's movement. The energy is moving, okay? We're getting rid of blockages. We are migrating out of a situation. We are moving. We are sometimes quite literally packing our stuff and moving to the next place. Well, when I see this one, this is a ship that is a little more... And I don't want to use this word in a way that is, degrading, or to say that you are doing anything wrong, but this is a movement that is stealth, that is a little more cunning. It is thought out. Okay, you are making decisions with precision. There are no mistakes happening here. Everything you are doing is calculated. Okay, and yeah, Taurus, that makes sense to me. It really does. And with that, we have that Hawthorne energy, that beautiful queen of all of the lands, right? I really do. I believe that this is a play for position, and this could be looking for a raise. This could be kind of, creating yourself a new source of revenue, a new I don't know. And I'm really heavily thinking of, this is business. This is business. You are maybe going out on your own. Maybe you are really working hard to network with new clients. Whatever it is, you are really building some important bonds here. Okay. And I think the thing is that you really do take care of your work relationships, your business relationships. And I think that's partially what that Hawthorne energy is. But I think for whatever reason, you have come to this place in your journey where you know that it is time to make some really powerful moves. Okay. And so we have this kind of Spanish worship. You maybe are going to war a little bit. If that is real or perceived. But I think that there's a bit of ruthlessness here. And maybe this really is where the big pleasure is. Maybe the pleasure really comes from, seeing that you are able to kind of navigate these waters and really make something for yourself. And, really kind of get that coin, right? Fill the hole full of treasures and and so on. All right, so let's see. What else do we have going on? I'm going to take a little drink here. I'm getting a little... Now, I had thought maybe I'll take a break today, but I already was off from my readings for a couple of days for the holidays, and so now I have to get back to work. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do this Taurus reading. I'm gonna get it done. I can do it, right, Pudgy? If I have Pudgy with me, I can do it. Okay, now I want to go this way. I want to see, what are you down here, because this one looks important. Now we do have a rabbit here. Okay, you can see the ear, maybe an ear here, the face, and it is sitting. We are in the year of the rabbit still. It is the water rabbit, and I think it goes until February, and then we get into the dragon. And so, the rabbit, not unlike the fish, is about abundance, prosperity. Also fertility. So we're looking at Hawthorne and the rabbit, and these are both symbols of fertility for sure. Hawthorne is the goddess of fertility. Rabbits, as we know, are abundant in numbers, right? So definitely, now, the fertility does not have to be physical. It doesn't have to be that, okay, you are, having more children, or your family's getting bigger, you have grandchildren coming, or whatever it is. This could be creativity. This could be, again, those fertile soils to sow your seeds that you are building your business, okay? But whatever it is, it's a large image again. And I just really see that there will be, it's not even just the opportunity for the money, because the money, yeah, that's great. Money is, it's helpful. There's no doubt about that. I am superstitious. I don't put money on any of my altars. I don't ask for money in any of my prayers or anything like that. Just because I don't know where it came from. Maybe it's learned. Maybe this is something I learned as a child from, a family member. I don't know really, honestly. But I've always been really careful not to pray for money or do any kind of magic or hello. And TT says hello, blessings, blessings. And she's come to get her pets. But, rather to find clarity in the movements towards the ability to create resources or, create an environment or, concepts or ideas or innovations or whatever it is, so that I may, have the ability to take care of myself and my family. And I know it's mincing words, really. But for whatever reason, I feel like, and I don't know where I was taught that, but it really is something that is so core to my own practice. And I'm not saying either way is right or wrong, but I will tell you, if I find even a coin, which sometimes, my kid or my husband or something will set down like a quarter or whatever on one of the tables that happen to also be an altar or whatever, and I almost have a heart attack. Don't put money on my altar. So I feel like this really, though, it is a time where with these things coming in, with these resources coming in, there just seems to be, your heart is at ease. Your mind is at ease. And it's not about the money. It's just about the ability not to be worrying about it for right now. Right? And we know money comes and money goes. So this is never like a state that is lasting, for any amount of time. Even when you do have a lot of money, there are plenty of things to worry about. But in this moment, you feel quite serene. Okay? And I see up here we have 3 candles. Okay? And these are maybe it's actually 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 4. 4 candles of illumination. So we have ideas, we have spiritual downloads, we have beautiful, dreams coming, thoughts. I almost wonder, do you write poetry? Do you write songs? There are a lot of beautiful words coming in through your mind. I wonder if you are quite a romantic. Whatever it is, I just feel like there's a sense of not only pleasure, but splendor. Okay, and I think that you are really indulging in that, and I think that that's a wonderful thing. It is a wonderful thing. And so here we also have the crab. Okay, so now this could be that we have a Cancer person in your life. This could be that you have a prominent Cancer placement. Or, this is kind of on the edge of things. You remain guarded. You remain very rational. You wear your armor, right? But you are a creature of the waters, the emotional waters, the creative waters, that vast unconsciousness. You are right there on the edge of oblivion at times, right? And I don't mean that in a way that is, kind of untethered or anything, but I think that you really do live near the borderlands. You go in and out of your dream worlds. You have access to your interior. You are probably some kind of creative, I imagine, or maybe an inventor or engineer or, whatever it is that you create. I think at times it can become quite experimental, maybe abstract, and sometimes a little surreal. But you also remain in this place of also being quite rational about things, pretty even, or at least there is one little part of your brain there, and it is just waiting to grab you by the, by the wrist and stop you and say, okay, 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 reel it in. That's quite enough of the splendor. We have to get back to work. Okay, so we also have, let's see, I want to look for any numbers. Do we have any numbers? And I keep looking at this one. We do have, and where are you? Right here, we have the Omega. And it looks interestingly that it is encompassed by maybe a furnace or some kind of vase. It kind of, to me, draws up the image of what's called the monk's cellar or the monk's cella. And there is the cabinet in it, the monk's cabinet. And within this cabinet, this is a room in a temple, okay, that is restricted to only the highest initiates or the high priest, high priestess, whatever. And within this room, there is usually a cabinet that is really sacred because it will hold the icon or the physical manifestation or representation of the deity. And it's usually a hidden aspect. Okay, this is not for profane eyes. This is not for the uninitiated. It is not for the outer temple, the outer church. And these would be people who are, what's the word? I can't think of the word. TT, what's the word? I was going to say constituents, but that's not the word. They are not the constituents of the church. Anyways, the people who come to the church to worship, right? And so, I feel that in the symbol that we have, there is the Omega, and we know the Omega is the symbol for the end. Okay, now this is not, don't be frightened by that. It is not the end of anything like that, but maybe the end of a cycle. Okay, and the beginning of a new part of your spiritual endeavors. Okay, and so a most blessed and sacred time. We are going into these months of either, high summer in the southern hemisphere, and I said you first, right? I get a few points for mentioning the southern hemisphere first, because I'm skewed towards the north, as I am obviously from the northern hemisphere. But anyways, or we're in the depth of winter now. So there are beginnings and endings and beginnings. And this is a time of facing that kind of vast, I don't know about you, but after all of the holiday things kind of settle down, we get past the new year, then we look into these deep months, and they feel long and vast. And so it is a good time to be contemplating. It is a good time to, be indulging in the things that you love. Reading books, watching movies, being with your family, doing creative things, whatever it is. I'll leave it to you. But yes, a good time and an interesting symbol. Something for me to think on as well, to go into this room, this interior sacred room. And I use this as my own kind of guided meditation at times to, and it's something called building your temple or decorating your temple, or, you know, the changes in a temple as your work changes, as the cycles and operations of your sacred work come and pass. And as that does change, you know, things about the temple will also change. And so I do like to think about, what does it look like to go into a room, a most interior room of this temple that is hidden, that is, you know, nobody goes into. You could almost think of like an Egyptian tomb, okay? And you go into this place and you think about, what does it look like? What color are the walls? What color is the furniture, if there is any? Is there a fire? Is it burning? What elements are actively present here? What is depicted on the walls? What is carved? You know, and then, yes, what is in this beautiful, or maybe it's not beautiful. Maybe it is something very, you know, sparse. It's simple. A cabinet, a doorway, a little window, a portal, whatever it is. And you open it and you peer into it. And what do you see? What is the icon? What is the symbol? What are the words? Is there anything at all? You know, and this is a kind of a thought experiment, kind of a guided meditation, but this is a way that we can access, you know, things that are prominent in our psyche as we do the work. Okay. All right, let's take a look here. We have, I see a little face here. It looks like a feminine face, and I see them kind of holding a candle, maybe to be able to see as they walk. And I wonder if you have been lending somebody your time and attention as you have felt that they needed your help in some way. And you have tried to be kind of a guiding light in some way, not for pride, not for ego, but because you love them. And I wonder if that has not proven to be, you know, a little bit heartbreaking and maybe a little bit frustrating. But I think that the important thing here is that they know that you love and care for them, and that you are, you know, you keep them close to your heart. You carry them with you, and you really want the best for them, you know. And sometimes we can't, I don't remember what the saying is, but it's like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, right? Sometimes we just can't make people see a clear way. We can't save people from themselves. We can't make people do things that they don't want to do. You know, and nor should we. You know, as hard as it is, that's the truth. And but being there and in them knowing that you love them, you know, that is a profound thing. So be kind to yourself. Okay, be kind to yourself here. I think that you need to remind yourself that you can only do so much. Okay, so we have the Happier Me affirmation cards. And I'm going to go ahead, and I have TT here. So I'm trying to maneuver a bit. If you could only see how these cats love to be held like little babies. Okay, and I'm going to flip through here and stop where it feels right. And it says, I have everything I need within myself. I have everything I need within myself. Just believe in yourself and allow yourself to grow. You have within you all the resources you need. Yeah, you do. Sometimes those resources need to manifest into things that we can buy food with, though. That we can buy gas with, you know. And that's kind of, I guess, what I'm getting at about with, I don't like to, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I have to read about it and see where that thinking really comes from. But it is just something that is so ingrained in my mind that money, something about money, directly seeking it from the divine is troublesome. It causes some trouble. So anyways, Taurus, I want to say thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And it is free to subscribe. If you have, no, I just said that. If you would like to leave a comment, please do. I would love to hear from you. You know I adore you all so much, and it is such a blessing to be able to connect with you. And yeah, so with that, I will say I love you. We will talk in just a few days. Take care of yourself. Please be safe during these days leading up to the new year. I know a lot of people are celebrating, you know, but we have to be careful, especially on the roadways with all the weather and different things happening. And yeah, just take care of yourself. Take care of your people. Take care of your loved ones. And yeah, we'll talk in a few days. Thank you.